that basic construction, the perpendicular to a line through a point, is the construction you need to do an altitude for a triangle. So let me draw a triangle. Now, triangles, if we draw it like this, so it's kind of like resting on its big flat base, right? So you can imagine it's resting on the ground. It's kind of like a mountain. So, you know, way up here in the clouds, there's the top of the mountain. It's off in the distance. The altitude of that mountain is the same as the altitude of the triangle. So, if you think about it, this distance from the top of that mountain to the ground, how would you measure that?
Perpendicular line, right?
It would be perpendicular to the ground. Or in other words, if you were actually going to measure that, if you had a tape measure, a really long tape measure, you climb to the top of that mountain and dangle the tape measure down.
But the mountain would be like this.
Yeah, well, you're on, this is like a cliff face, okay? So this is Mount Triangle. So you dangle it straight down. That tape measure is going to dangle straight down. The ground is horizontal, so it's naturally going to form a right angle. It's going to be perpendicular. That's the way you would measure the altitude of the mountain. So for us to measure the altitude of a triangle, we want to construct a perpendicular line to the opposite side. Well, we know how to do that. We just make this point be the point that's not on this line. And we do that basic idea. We swing that arc that crosses the opposite side. And then we use our compass to make a cross. And another cross. And that's our altitude. So there's another twist to that too. Say again?
Isn't that just like what we were doing? Yeah.
It's exactly like what we were just doing. That's the point. Constructing an altitude is just like constructing a perpendicular to a line. There's one little twist though. Okay, you get some funky triangles out there. For example, now, what's the altitude? So, now again, imagine this is a real mountain.
Could you extend the ground? You extend the base. Could you just draw straight down? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to draw straight down, but where's the ground? You've got to, that's right, Ethan,
Extend it.
extend the base. And that's perfectly fine to do. Extend the base. And then do the usual thing. Gotta make sure I put that in the right place. So, how many different altitudes are there for a triangle?
1, 2, 1, 3.
So I got this one. If I rotate the triangle like that, I have to extend this base. So it looks like there's one for every vertex. And then, so I could do one here. I rotate it again, and I need to do this one here. Total of 3. So there'll be some exploration of that in tonight's homework. Any questions?